what a card. UFC 300 just wrapped up, and guys, I have no words. This was an insane card. Obviously, we all had expectations. You know, part of me was wondering, will this card even live up to the hype? Will there be some boring fights? And of course, maybe there were some questionable moments that you could probably point to, but I think we could all agree this card absolutely delivered. From the main event with the BMF title fight ending in one of the craziest knockouts of all time, from the prelims being absolutely stacked. I'm going to talk about a little bit of each fight in this card, but I'm mostly going to focus on the BMF title fight between Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje, where Max Holloway was dominating almost all of the fight. Obviously, he did lose that 4th round, but outside of that, I thought that Max Holloway was looking good and scored that massive knockout at the end. And we also have the main event where Alex Pereira knocked out Jamahal Hill and made a massive statement for everybody, leaving Israel Adesanya riddled with salt. Guys, I'm going to break this all down right now, but first, I want to remind you guys the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We're almost at 12K, guys. You guys have been killing it with the support this week with UFC 300, and I hope we can continue the support. And before we get into anything else, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, betting.bet. Guys, UFC 300 passed, but don't worry, there are more events to come ahead. Right, next week we have the big Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight. No UFC next weekend, but I'm sure you guys want to bet on that. Go click the link in the description to see the best parlays, best sports books, and everything like that. And soon enough, you guys will see my picks on their website, guys, so go check them out. And without further ado, let's talk about the card. Normally, I just talk about the highlights about the card, you know, some of my favorite moments from the prelim, but in this one, I want to give you guys a little taste of each one. I'm going to do a little bit of a speed run here to try to talk about each fight, but like I said, I'm mostly going to focus on the main and the BMF title fight. And we start off the card with Deiveson Figueiredo submitting Cody Garbrandt, and yeah, Cody looked very good early on, but obviously got taken down in that second round and dominated there, held, almost got submitted by an arm triangle. And I think Cody Garbrandt showed in this fight that, yeah, he is not washed. I do think that maybe they should give him another top 15 opponent, and Cody surprised me, especially in that first round. Then the Jem Miller-Bobby Green fight was an absolute war back and forth, but Bobby Green mostly won the fight, arguably 30-27, with a few 10-8s in there as well. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez was definitely not exciting. I mean, it was an alright fight. Thought they got the decision right overall. It was a rather close fight and had some entertaining moments, but it's definitely nothing to rave about. Not that it was a terrible fight, but still. Jalin Turner, Renato Moicano, obviously a lot of controversy with Jalin Turner knocking down Renato Moicano in that first round, walking off, and then losing the following round. And a lot of people were pointing out, yeah, if Jalin didn't walk away, he would have won that fight. We've seen it with Sean O'Malley, I believe, with that fight with Thomas Almeida, similar situation there. Obviously, O'Malley won the fight where Jalin Turner did not. And yeah, credit to Moicano because he was hurt early in the first few seconds of the round with that body kick and also got dropped later on. Diego Lopes had a great performance over Sodiq Yusuff. Heartbreaking to see Sodiq Yusuff go out like that, but I still think he's got a lot left in his career, of course. Still young, and I'm sure this will just be a learning lesson. Kayla Harrison looked amazing at bantamweight. Aljamain Sterling put on a very, you know, boring performance, if we're gonna be honest. Credit to him, though, moving up in weight and doing that to Calvin Kattar. Still bad for Calvin Kattar, but still good performance from Aljamain, I guess. But is a UFC 300 worthy? Of course not. That was not really as good of a performance, but I'm sure Aljamain's not going home proud of that either. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he dominated the fight and did what he had to win. If this was any other pay-per-view, I don't think anybody would really be complaining, but obviously UFC 300, I think we all expected high-level, you know, fun fights. Yuri Prochazka, Alexander Ratchik was also a good fight with Yuri losing early on in that first round, then pulling himself together and getting that knockout in the second round. Nickal dominated Cody Brundage as we all expected. Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, I'm going to talk about this for a little bit. Charles Oliveira won round one. I mean, that guillotine was super tight. Like, I thought that thing was going to get in. Then I thought Arman Tsarukyan won that second round. You guys know I'm a big Charles Oliveira fan, right? As a Charles Oliveira fan, I do have to say unbiasedly, I thought Arman won that third round. I did think Arman should have won the fight. Charles did have a very close submission at the end of that fight, but I thought that Arman Tsarukyan did enough early on. And yeah, it's a good performance from Arman Tsarukyan. I wouldn't mind, honestly, seeing that they've already booked Poirier and Islam, which I'm gonna have to make another video on that, but I wonder, do they just run back that Charles Oliveira Arman Tsarukyan fight for a 5-round fight? I wouldn't mind that, guys. It was a razor close fight. I don't think anybody is saying conclusively, yeah, Arman Tsarukyan should get the next title shot. Maybe they run it back in July, maybe in the summertime, and the winner of that fight could perhaps fight in October on that Abu Dhabi card. I know Islam said he wants to fight MSG. Maybe they could fight there too. We'll definitely have to see, and that's a topic for a whole other video. Like I said, they also announced McGregor versus Chandler. Like I said, there's a whole lot of news. Costa versus Strickland too, guys. Let me just get through this pay-per-view. And yeah, this is what I want to really spend a massive chunk of the video talking about: Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. I expected this fight to be more of a brawl, and I was really impressed by the technique of Max Holloway. I mean, I thought that he came in with the perfect game plan to beat a guy like Justin Gaethje, you know, using his speed, not brawling with a power puncher like Justin Gaethje, having that discipline throughout the fight. And Max Holloway looked amazing in that fight. And obviously, yes, maybe Justin Gaethje did break his nose in that first round, and that could have affected things, but even in round one, we saw Max Holloway doing well. I think the overall consensus from fans about this fight was that perhaps Justin Gaethje would do well early and Max Holloway would do well later, and that's assuming that Max Holloway would win. A lot of people counted out Max Holloway. Anyway, you know, the first 3 rounds clearly Max Holloway. We get to the 4th round, and I mean, not a lot of people are talking about this, but Justin Gaethje managed to drop Max Holloway. I believe that's the first time he's ever been dropped in his career, and it was with a sneaky right hand on the temple in the clinch. And yeah, Max Holloway quickly recovered. So apparently after recording this video, I found out that that knockdown did not count per the UFC stats, so Max Holloway still hasn't officially been knocked down, but I think that was a knockdown, guys, come on. And then we get to round 5, and Max Holloway is winning this round, rocking Justin Gaethje multiple times. And at the end of the fight, despite winning the whole fight, clearly getting the decision, already having this fight locked up and complete, Max Holloway points at the center, throw back to his fight with Ricardo Lamas, and just starts swinging in the middle, and with 1 second left of the round, knocks Justin Gaethje out cold, face plants him to the canvas, and wow, that was an insane knockout. I mean, I don't even have to even emphasize this, guys. I was going crazy. I know you guys were going crazy. There was nobody that was not going crazy. You could take someone that doesn't even know about MMA and they would watch that fight and go fucking crazy. It was insane, especially because Max Holloway hasn't got a knockout in a while. Yes, this was in the last second, and this is a guy in Justin Gaethje who has a great chin, who hasn't got knocked out in quite a long time, and to see him get knocked out like that, I mean, look, honestly, guys, I'm not a big fan of Justin Gaethje as a person. I love his fights. I know a lot of people are Justin Gaethje fans. Personally, I'm just not a big fan of him. I'm not gonna make this video about why I'm not a fan of him, not that I hate him or anything, but even as somebody that doesn't necessarily like Justin Gaethje so much, it was sad to see, just because first of all, Justin Gaethje has put on so many fights and has been in the game for a while now, and has kind of always been at the top, right? We haven't really seen him knocked out like that, and to see him just knocked out like that, out completely cold, that was why it was so hard to see. And also another thing is the fact that I'm worried about Justin Gaethje now. I mean, his career, getting a knockout like that, getting rocked multiple times in that fight, yeah, there's no doubt that he definitely suffered a concussion of some sort in that fight. I think Justin Gaethje needs to take some time off. I would probably say come back around the beginning of next year, and we'll see where he goes from there. The fight between Zhang Weili and Yan Xiaonan was also a very good fight, right? I think it got swept under the rug because this was UFC 300 and it was in between the main event and this BMF title fight, but it was a fun fight because it went back and forth. I mean, at first I was like, yo, Weili is gonna dominate this thing, and then I was like, wait, Yan's gonna win this fight, and then it went back to Weili. At the end of the day, it did go 49-45, I believe was the final scorecard, and yeah, I think Yan looked very good. I think Weili just made a mistake by gassing herself out, you know, kind of having a bit of an adrenaline dump. Not to take anything away from Yan though, because she looked very good, especially early on in that fight, and she also dropped Weili multiple times. It was a fun fight, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a fight of the night by any means, but yeah, it was definitely a fun fight too. And the main event, guys, Alex Pereira. I mean, this guy ceases to amaze us. Alex Pereira goes out there against Jamahal Hill. Now, Jamahal Hill obviously is a scary guy himself. He's gotten a lot of knockouts, beat his coach, and dominated Alex Pereira's coach, Glover Teixeira. And I kind of had said to you guys during the prediction, I said, look, this guy is open. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in the first round. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. Within 4 minutes of the fight, Alex Pereira lands a big left hook / uppercut and drops Jamahal Hill, lands some ground and pound, and yeah, that was a vicious knockout. You guys gotta see Jamahal Hill's face when he hit that canvas. Like, he was like, holy shit, he did not know what he got hit with. And that's Alex Pereira, man. You cannot stand a bang with a guy like Alex Pereira. I had said to you guys, look, if I were Jamahal Hill, I think he should have probably shot for a takedown a little bit early on, try to get the grappling going, get a Pereira going backwards, get some respect of some sort, add grappling into the equation. Standing and banging with a guy that has multiple kickboxing fights, won multiple kickboxing titles, beat the best of the best, beat Israel Adesanya, knocked out so many of these guys that are strikers. Yeah, mix in a takedown. Like, I'm not saying that Jamahal Hill had no chance to beat him on the feet. I'm not saying that at all, but you can't just beat him in a pure kickboxing battle with no threat of the takedown. This is mixed martial arts. Sean Strickland made the same mistake despite also being a pretty good striker. I mean, we saw him beat Israel Adesanya. We saw Alex Pereira dominate him because there was no threat there. You gotta give Alex Pereira some sort of thing to think about, whether it be a takedown, whether it be a clinch, whether it be something, whether it be anything. Like, Yuri Prochazka gave him a bunch of feints to think about, and I think it's a crime Alex Pereira didn't get performance of the night. I mean, that knockout was absolutely insane, especially against Jamahal Hill. I don't know where Alex Pereira goes next. He wants to fight at UFC 301. They said something about his foot. Apparently, he broke his toe a couple weeks before this fight, so I'm not so sure if he's going to be able to fight at 301, but he did say in that post-fight interview that he was willing to. But I would say if this is true that he did break his pinky toe, I would probably say it's a slim chance that he's going to fight at UFC 301, especially with Dana White airing this out. And that was UFC 300, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, what was the best fight? I'm going to make a separate video talking more about Alex Pereira, what's next for him, if he's going to fight at UFC 301, who he should fight next, who should get the title shot. Especially I want to talk about the BMF title fight. There's so many options for Max Holloway. Does Max Holloway fight Islam Makhachev? Does he fight Ilia Topuria? I don't know, guys. I honestly don't know. I would love to see the Ilia Topuria Max Holloway matchup, but I'm not so sure. I also want to see Max Holloway at lightweight. There's so much options for Max Holloway. All of them get me excited. And as always, we're going to wrap this video up by talking about the top comments in the last video. If you guys missed it, it was a video about me talking about UFC 300, leading up to it, and talking about each fighter, breaking it down. I know the video might be a little outdated, but I still suggest you guys check it out because I did break down some things about the fighters and specifically what they have gone through their career. So if you're a bit more of a casual, maybe this will help refresh you for the next pay-per-view and future fight. But anyway, let's look at the top comments of the last video. Jack, what's your real height? Guys, I have have no idea what this was about, but all of you guys had a lot to chime in about my height. Guys, I'm about 6 to 6'1". I like to say 6 to be on the conservative side, but definitely maybe around 6'1". So you can drop these theories, but I know they're not gonna stop. I know I just fed into the fire, and now you guys are going to even more say that I'm 4 foot. Whatever, guys. It's all good. I tried. I put it out there. That's the truth. Believe what you want at this point. Would you be open to participating in an influencer boxing or, I don't know, influencer MMA? Guys, I would absolutely love to. If you guys follow me on Twitter, if you guys follow me, you know, the community page or whatever on YouTube, I did try for a while to get some of these fights. The fan DM'd me and said that he wanted to fight. I was trying to get it done. The fan ducked me. He blocked me after calling me out. Like, how are you gonna block me, yet you called me out and said you were down?
First of all, bro, I'm down to fucking beat you. Down to fucking beat you. Down to fucking beat you.
But if you guys know about the fan is, you know, KSI Dick Rider. He has a Twitter account. I don't see his tweets anymore. Honestly, I used to find them funny. Now I don't even get to see them anymore because I'm blocked. But I have no idea what he's up to nowadays. For all I know, he could be dead. I have no clue. But honestly, I suggest you guys check out my video that I made talking about my beef with him I made a while back. But that's the case, guys. I know at the time he was posting a lot that he had a fight coming up, guys. It's cap. He's not down the fight. Don't listen to the guy. If he was down the fight, he had me. I literally said I was down. I think I accepted it less than a month. It was like early March. I said I was down March 26th. They had a US event. I was down to go. It was like weeks and weeks, but obviously did not happen, didn't materialize. It's annoying, but whatever. Also, I just wanted to address me posting on my community page. I posted and telling you guys I did get injured recently. A lot of you guys left a lot of nice comments telling me to get well. I was super shocked, didn't expect all that love. First of all, I want to say thank you guys, everybody that commented. I just try to reply to all of you and, you know, let you guys know that I saw it. And yeah, basically just to tell you guys what happened if you guys were curious. Doing some warm-ups, doing some jiu-jitsu, doing some jump squats, did the jump part, landed on the side of my foot, basically landed on my own ankle, stepped on my own ankle, and yeah, my ankle was super swollen. My foot was swollen, still is pretty swollen, but I gotta say, it definitely is recovering well. I was afraid I was gonna be injured for a little bit. Looks like I might be good to go, you know, maybe midweek or so. But yeah, it's definitely healing up good. Don't worry, guys. And I was kind of sad because I wanted to do a little more content for UFC 300, but I feel like I couldn't. Definitely just was not feeling good, especially with some of the medicine stuff. But if you guys want to check out that video right now is on the screen, as well as a bunch of other videos that I made. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan-based MMA. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Favorite fight, best performance. Let me know all that. I'll reply in the comments. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.